Revisiting my pineapple mead. Now, something interesting about this mead. It was made before City Steading was even a concept, before it existed, okay? It was made like well over 3 years ago. So this is old. This has been sitting in the bottle. There was another video where I did a tasting of it where it was a couple years old, but now it's considerably older. I estimate this at a 15% ABV, and it was literally pineapple juice, bread yeast, and I think just a couple pounds of honey. I don't remember, and I didn't take really good notes at the time. Thus, a lot of changes have happened since this one was made. So I'm going to estimate this is somewhere between 3 and 4 years old at this point, because again, didn't take really good notes. But the last tasting, I actually tasted the one that had been kept chilled. This one was not kept chilled. So this should have aged better than the other one, or aged more. So let's get a pour here. You might be wondering, why are we showing a video for something that we haven't made a video on? Well, it's to show you that aging is a good thing, and aging helps your brews. And the effect of time on a mead. So far, it looks pretty good to me. I've tasted this at several points throughout its career, and it gets a little better each time. I think the last time I tasted it, I said it was now semi-drinkable.
And this is something interesting that is equal for all fermented beverages. And this is why the longer the age of a wine, the higher the price point. Because fermented beverages never finish. We always stress to wait till the fermentation is finished before bottling, and that is true. But even after the yeast are done, the molecular structure of that beverage is constantly in flux. Things are breaking down and rejoining to create new compounds, new flavors, and new aromas. And so that's one of the interesting things about aging a fermented beverage, is that you're constantly getting a new drink each time you open it up.
Yeah, you're taking a snapshot of it at that point in its life cycle, if you will. First thing I want to say is that color is gorgeous. It's super clear.
Oh yeah, crystal clear.
It is really, really nice. It looks kind of like a light whiskey.
It does. It reminds me of the color of amber, but I'm a big fan of amber. So
a lot of scotches.
Yeah,
it looks like.
It's like a butterscotch. It's pretty.
And on the smell, coincidentally, I get butterscotch.
That's because I said that. Now I've just ruined everything. I'm so sorry.
No, it's quite all right. I get a little bit of butterscotch. I definitely get pineapple.
Pineapple's in there.
I get like a cooked pineapple, almost a caramelized pineapple, which is interesting. I don't think that was there before.
Almost like...
I think the combination of honey and pineapple together gives it that
because it's
caramelized
like caramel, cotton candy, roasted marshmallow, butterscotch...
I'll be honest, the smell isn't the greatest to me, but it is interesting.
It's an unexpected aroma. It's not an unpleasant aroma. And that time I got pure pineapple. Like, if you've ever had pineapple upside down cake, where the pineapple is cooked in a cake.
Yes, pineapple upside down cake.
That's what it smells like.
Yep.
And I'm very happy with that. Now I want pineapple upside down cake. It's been so long since I've had that, and we can't have that right now, but... someday we will figure it out.
I'm ready for a short sip. How about you?
I am too, but now I'm trying to figure out pineapple upside down cake.
We'll work on that later. Different video, different channel. Ooh.
I forgot I was supposed to be taking a short sip.
Yeah.
I have so much problem with the short sip.
Right off the bat, it really does taste like pineapple upside down cake.
It does. It tastes like cooked pineapple.
Yep. It's a little waterier than I thought it would be.
Yeah, and I'm not really getting the fermentation aspect of
the
it
alcohol
until
burn,
the end.
The alcohol burn is like gone.
Yeah.
It's a whole different brew than it was last time I tasted it.
At the very end, you get a little bit, or at least I do, a little bit of that tingly on the tongue, and that's pretty much the only
indication. It's alcohol.
Yeah. Yep.
It's not overly sweet. This is actually quite dry.
Yeah.
But it's actually like nice. I like this. 3.5 years seems to be the number for this particular one. People ask me all the time, how long should I age this? It's hard to know. You can't really be sure.
in the before times, we took quite a few cruises and we enjoyed collecting different flavored rums in the Caribbean. And we got a pineapple rum and we got a banana rum.
That's what inspired this mead.
And that's what inspired this mead.
Not the banana rum, because it was horrible.
Yeah.
But the
pineapple.
The pineapple rum was
awesome. Good. It was so good. I think I kept the bottle of it the empty bottle just because.
Yeah, it's got peach wine in it right now that's been sitting for a couple years. You ready for the long sip?
I am, but I'm still.
There's more. I have another bottle of it too.
So if you've seen any of our tastings before, you know that I'm a big fan of the aroma of a beverage, and I will just sit there and smell it for decades if allowed to. Of course, we don't have that time here for this video for you on YouTube, so I'm going to get to business.
Cooked pineapple, though, most definitely. Long sip. Here we go. Honestly, this is far better than I ever remember it being. I was afraid when I made this. I was like, this is probably not good. And I made 2 big bottles like this.
This borders on what I would consider as an experience brew, but I find it a lot more pleasant beyond simply the experience. Yep. It is different from anything else we've done, and I attribute that to the chemical makeup of pineapple itself. It's like on the cusp of citrus, you know?
Yeah. Now, I do have one note on the back of here, and that's that it finished at 1.000. So we know this is dry, absolutely dry. And in the past, we have not really appreciated dry beverages, which could be why this needed so long. So for this particular one, at that ABV, it needed 3.5 years before it was tasty.
Right.
I think it tastes really nice.
And I think the dryness aids in the flow of the experience when you're tasting the beverage, because you get the dryness up front, or at least I do, and then immediately it goes into, this is pineapple.
Yeah.
And so your brain's like, oh, well, pineapple is sweet, and so it's telling you it's sweet. And then that goes out to, no, this is alcohol, and this is not a sweet alcohol. And so it's cleansing and refreshing, and then you get those cooked notes that bring you back to, well, that must be sweet. That must be cooked sugar, and that's sweet.
Okay,
and
so you're getting like a roundabout thing.
And so it's kind of like this tumbling flow type flavor experience, like waves crashing on a beach.
See, I'm getting a little bit different, and I'm not going to be as eloquent as her with the waves crashing thing. But as I taste it, the first thing I get is actually a cooked pineapple, like a grilled pineapple. And I'm getting the caramely flavors immediately following. Pineapple's still kind of there. I get a little bit of a vanilla, like almost like a bourbonish flavor.
Yeah.
Definitely marshmallow comes in. And then I'm getting a little bit of the tannic acidic effect that pineapple can have.
Yeah.
And on the finish, it's actually relatively clean. On the exhale, I get more of a pineapple-y type of experience. So it's very pineapple. The honey flavor is there, but it's just like minute traces throughout. It's not really like screams mead to me.
Yeah, the honey in this kind of reminds me of the honey in Tej, and I know that's a really disassociated connection, but the Tej was such a unique experience that you were thinking more about the combination of things and how it created this flavor profile more than you were about the honey. And I'm getting the same thing with this.
I can see
where this is like its own thing, and then I have to remind myself, oh, there's honey in there. And then if you search for it, you're like, oh, okay, I can see some of those. Yeah,
it's
notes.
Definitely there. Overall, though, I'm going to call this successful because this is actually quite good. If I had to put a number on it, I'm going to give this like a 7 to a 7.5, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think
it could be could be better, but it's pretty good. Like, I'm probably going to start drinking this one now.
I think if you are similar in mindset to us and you like to intellectualize your experience with beverages, you will probably get quickly snockered on this particular one because there's so much to experience that you want to keep drinking it to go, and then there's that note, and then there's that note, and then there's this thing.
I'm thinking this may be one that I need to recreate We've talked
Yep.
about, people have asked us to start recreating some of our older
Sure.
brews, and we
Yeah.
never did the video for this one.
Yeah.
Mostly because I was afraid to, because I was like, okay, I know I just used like pineapple juice and yeast, and it wasn't really all that great. But you know what?
So the good news
It
for
is.
you, I have 4 pineapple plants growing in the backyard right now. So as soon as one of those guys create a pineapple for us,
Well, I
boom.
think we might use whole pineapple and pineapple juice
Okay.
to get both sides. We might even caramelize the pineapple. I don't know.
Push that cooked
Yeah,
caramel
push that cooked
even
caramel.
more.
And then in like
Or
3
you could,
years,
or
you'll
you could
see the
make it a
finished product.
pineapple boucher.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to go.
Yeah.
We're not sure what to do. But if you like this video, look up. There's another one up there. You might like that one too.